worker that she takes care of. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She even has 6 of her own. I see it for myself because I am fortunate that she is my neighbor, my business partner, and my friend. So just get ready as I bring to the line none other than Mrs. Chanita Foster. Are you out there?
I am. Thank you so much, Larissa Barclay. Well, great morning, everyone. This is Chanita Foster. I am coming Miami, Florida this morning. And I just want to stop because the other day Coach Stormy Wellington said that, we need to recognize people and thank those in our lives. So I really want to stop and thank, Miss Larissa Barclay for being committed to this call every single morning. I mean, it's one thing to know that you have to wake up and actually be prepared and do the call, but she is up every single morning ahead of all of us to make sure that she is on the line to actually greet you guys with her amazing, energetic voice. So I want to say thank you so much, Larissa, for not only holding me down, but the entire team on the Wake Up and Win call. I appreciate it that when I call in that you are already there. I don't have to text you or remind you to actually get on the call. You are already there effortlessly. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start this call this evening. You know me, I pull so much from my own personal life and my own personal experiences of things that I'm going through. But I definitely want to say, as of lately, I posted a picture of some grass. I was out, nursing my sick horse. I said before, please pray for Flash because my horse Flash is sick. And as I walked this morning, even down the street in Miami, I see plants all around me. Miami has the most beautiful palm trees I have ever seen in my life. And, Coach Stormy, when we were talking one time, she was just saying that living in Miami, the sun gives you energy. And now as I stand and I walk and I look around at these plants, I realize that plants give us energy because they're living, right? But this topic that I want to speak about this morning is we need to stop watering dead plants, okay? So write that one down. We need to stop watering dead plants. And I can remember I often use stories about my mom when I was growing up. But it's so funny when I was thinking about the topic. My mother, when I was growing up, we used to have these plants all over our house. It was crazy, right at the front of our house. My mother was real old school. You know how when you used to walk into people's house, they used to have that clear runner, and they used to have like plants sitting on the front of the house on the runner. And one thing about my mother was she really loved these plants. I can't even make this stuff up, to the point where my mother would name each plant. And so the name would be like on a white piece of paper, and she would stick it on there with some little clear tape. And she would go around and she would water these plants. She would feed these plants. She would talk to these plants. Now, of course, as a child, I didn't understand why this lady was talking to these plants, right? But, of course, when you get older and you go to science class and you learn that when you're speaking to the plants, you're breathing your air on the plants, and it does something to help the plants grow. Okay, I'm not a scientist, but I remember that part from school. But one thing about my mom is, as she fed these plants, as she loved on these plants, as she gave it water and she spoke to them, I'm talking about daily. Sometimes my mama would talk to these plants more than she would talk to us. She would walk up to the plants. She'd be like, how are you feeling today, Bill? Looks like, you're not feeling too well. I'm going to nurse you back to good health, like loving on these plants. But I could also remember that we moved houses a few times, and I can remember some of these plants dying, okay? And you would really think that a person had died, right? And she would be so upset about these plants. But one thing that I watched her do was she continued to water these plants. This lady continued to water these plants. She continued to talk to these plants, and she continued to put the little plant food in the plant, because in her mind, she felt like if I talked to it long enough, if I fed it long enough, if I loved on it long enough, this plant going to come back to life. Now, let's be honest. Me and you both know that once the plant is dead, it's dead. I mean, every once in a while, and I'll get to this part, you might get a seed or a piece that falls back into the soil, and it allows it to grow back up. But I couldn't understand it. I'm like, this lady is crazy. Why are you still feeding and watering and loving on something that's dead? It's gone. The plant is done. But then I started to take a look. As I was walking, I was looking at these plants and thinking about life. Of course, I start putting it in the perspective of my life and things I'm doing and the places I'm trying to go. Why do I continue to water dead plants? There are some relationships in my life. I know the relationship is dead, okay? It's done, finished. It's over with. There's nothing I can do to revive it. But I feel like my mother. I'm still going back, talking. I'm trying to talk it back into life. I'm trying to give it reason to why it died on me. I'm still feeding it. And I mean, literally, I'm still taking folks out to lunch, trying to bring back to life a friendship. You know them texts we send out, girl, let's go to lunch. I think we need to talk. What are we talking about? Because the relationship is dead. But I'm still trying to bring to life a plant that's already dead. The plant is dead. I did my part. I fed it. I watered it. I loved on it. I talked to it. But after that, once it's died and all the leaves have fell off and it's just bent to the side, what can I do? So I want to challenge you guys today. We need to stop watering the dead plants in our life. And I know some people will always challenge, because it's always a rebuttal to something, right? I'm just being realistic. There's going to be a rebuttal that, Chanita, hey, but sometimes, you have to give it an extra effort. Sometimes you have to try one time. Okay, I agree. That's what I was talking about with some specialty plants. There are some plants that once they die, if you take a piece of seed, and I don't want to quote it, but Coach Stormy's dad, he's a very intellect, okay? And we were having a conversation, and there was a pot of dirt that I thought was a pot of dirt in the process of moving, and I threw the dirt on the ground, and he came out, and he had a heart attack. He's like, oh, my gosh. I said, well, what was in there? And I can't remember. I'm going to have to ask him this morning, but it was a piece of some type of plant. And he was telling me that when you put the plant, when you plant it back into the soil, it will sprout roots and it will grow up, and then it'll turn into the plant that it's supposed to be. Now, don't quote me. I don't know if it was a mango. I know it's something very tropical. But the moral of the story is, yes, certain people and certain things in life, they do have that second point where you could take a seed or you could take a piece of it and you can replant it and you can try to start from the beginning and build it back up. But again, it depends on the plant, because every single plant that you grab and you try to take a seed or a leaf and you put it in the dirt, I don't care what you do, it's not coming back. I apply the same thing with people. Certain people, if they are not special enough, if they don't have that special seed inside of them, where they were created, where you could put them back in the dirt and begin to grow with them again, you won't be able to save them. So we have to stop watering our dead plants. We have to stop giving life to dead situations. I know for me, I'm one of those people where I just believe in people so much, and people hurt me so bad. I think I take it very, very hard. The people that are around me, they can tell you, it baffles me often when something happens when it comes to another person. I often forget that they're human beings and they hurt like me and love like me and have their own mind like me. But I know I'm speaking to a lot of people that when you're a giver on the outside and the inside, and I don't mean just like a giver, hey, I mean somebody that really gives, somebody that really loves, somebody that really prays for other people, and you want the best for other people, and you're always trying to do something or connect the dots or put them in a position to win. We all know that when those people fail us, those are the people that hurt us the most, because we feel like we have poured the most into those people. So I know for a fact that I am the person that is continuing trying to breathe life into some of these people, because I feel like I have put so much love into them, so much effort. I spend so much time. How can I have this relationship die? How can I give up on this relationship. I fought for you more than you wanted to fight for yourself. I oftentimes put you in a position where you could win or be in a better situation than me. But how dare you, as my plant, allow the leaves to begin to fall off? How are you bent over and crooked to the side? And I'm loving you. You know how a person turn their head to the side and look at you kind of crazy, you know, as a plant begins to die, when the plant is dying, how it starts to fold over in the top of the plant. It starts getting where my mom used to call it the gangster lean. You know, this plant has the gangster lean. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am definitely right there with you in this AM. We have to stop watering the dead plants in our life. And then also a step further, do you know some plants are just beautiful to look at? They're supposed to stay right where they are in their environment. They can't go everywhere with you. Speaking of a plant, do you know what happened if I look at this palm tree right here? I'm walking down the street, and I'm like, this palm tree is so beautiful, and I like it, and it's nice, and it gives me visual happiness. And me and the palm tree, we just cool. I like this palm tree, right? But do you know, if I cut down this palm tree, pick this palm tree up, and take the tree with me to Atlanta, Georgia, does everybody know what's going to happen to this tree? It's going to die. Even if I take the tree and I dig it up from the roots, I'm talking about all the way from the bottom, I dig deep, and I try to take the palm tree with me, it will not survive. Why? Because it cannot survive outside of its environment where it's supposed to be. That's what's happening with some people. Some people can only flourish and live and breathe and only be in their environment. You cannot switch the environment up on them. If you switch the environment up, you are setting them up to fail. So that goes along with, you can't take everybody with you. Everybody can't go with you on a journey that you're going to go. Everybody can't elevate at its highest. So stop picking up these plants, collecting plants, and taking them out of their natural state and the environment that they can thrive and they can actually live in. They will not live. They will die. So that's my Wake Up and Win message this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chanita Foster, will no longer continue to water dead plants. It's official in my life at this point. Once the plant, the relationship, the person, the situation is dead, I'm not trying to breathe new life into it. I'm not trying to talk it back into living existence. I'm not trying to water it. I'm not trying to give it food. I'm not trying to even give it my energy, because that energy can go to something else productive. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, let's watering those dead plants. I will hear the voice of the Holy Spirit within. I would lead and not follow. I would create and not destroy. I am a force for good. I set new standards. I defy the odds. I am a leader. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am loved by God. I am chosen by God. I am protected by God. No weapon formed against Chanita Foster shall ever prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. No weapon formed against Chanita Foster will ever prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. I am a champion. Everything that I touch turns to gold. It is my season. It is my turn. I am happy. I am humble. I am wealthy. I am strong. And I will never be broke another day again in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank Coach Stormy Wellington for giving us this platform every single morning for us to be able to inspire, uplift, and encourage other people. Please, please, please stop and follow her on her new page, which is 1,000 Families on Instagram. Let's pray for the world. Somebody has hacked Coach Stormy Wellington's page, and we haven't been able to get into her Instagram page. So she had to move on over to our 1,000 Families page. Now, when you go to that page, if you see a bunch of flyers with a whole lot of cute girls, I'm joking, you'll see Candace Berg Davis, Nicole Cooper, Pam McCrae, Keena Kelly, just a whole lot of the crew. Don't be alarmed. We are a part of an amazing company called Total Life Changes. And by the looks of the pictures, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are having a lot of fun, and we are also making a lot of money. So join us this evening on the same number, same dial-in code at 10 p.m. so you can find out how you can be one of the 1,000 families that we will help earn six figures this year. Join Nicole Cooper, my sister. You know, she brings on another level. I always tell her, I say, ooh, girl, you that corporate book smart. She is going to bring it to you tomorrow for tomorrow's Wake Up and Win call. Let's go out and let's have an amazing day, and let's stop watering those dead plants. You guys be awesome.